All right, welcome back to Geek Off the Street Live. This is our second live show, and man, we're back. Uh, we got a great show for you guys. We got a special guest over here. He's going to be jumping on to help us out because we obviously need some help. We got just the incredibly awesome man, super cool, chill guy, AJ the Comic Collector from the Culture Geek Podcast. He had us on our show a couple months ago now.
Yeah, about probably 2 months ago or something like that.
2 months ago. Yeah, we did a live show with him on his show, and then we tried to get you on our show a couple weeks ago, and we had the equipment thing, and I just wanted to say, I hope you were just like, I gotta get a new computer so I can be on the Kick Off the Street podcast because it's not that big of a deal, you know. So,
no.
Yeah.
I just had to update my laptop.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So,
But
Well,
if
I need to buy a new
probably-
computer, yeah.
I probably would have bought a new laptop if I needed to like do stuff like this.
oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, because when you messaged me the other day and you're like, "Hey, I finally jumped on the live show," and I was like, "Oh man, did you just buy all new equipment?" Because
No. I just had to update my laptop, my MacBook.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, yeah.
Yeah, clearly we have some ego issues if we're thinking you're going to go out and buy a whole new thing just to be on our show.
Just for us. That's clearly not the case. So, yeah.
So, wow, AJ's the best. Wow, thanks,
He's a
man.
good dude, man. He really cares about our show. He cares with the system
let me
on our
ring.
show. Yeah.
I'm here to please, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. So we did have we originally planned to have Jeremiah Hall, one of my good buddies and a fan of the show. He had surgery recently, so we couldn't get him on. He needed to rest. I don't know if that was a good enough excuse. I mean, surgery, but it's all right, Jeremiah. We're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna hold it against you that much. But
still love you.
Yeah. And then I think Wilbur, man, he just fell asleep because it's a little later on his side of the world. Yeah.
He's snoring
Wilbur's
somewhere
been
right now.
Yeah, he's been on our show 4 or 5 times now, so I guess he can be all right.
He gets one pass.
But yeah, exactly. So yeah, man. So we're really here just to talk about the new Daredevil trailer, Born Again trailer premiered, I think about 4 days ago. So I just thought it'd be good to jump on and talk about it. And then if we have a little bit more time, we'll jump into some maybe some Captain America and some other things, whatever we can get to. But first and foremost, the Daredevil trailer just came out, and it seems like, from my point of view, they have decided to maybe do the right thing just based on the trailer. I know that there's some production issues with it because when they first announced it, they were doing the Disney thing, and they were going to kind of take it in the direction like, oh, this is a more bright and hopeful Daredevil. We don't want to stick with those that want to go kind of move forward into. I think it's a Mark Waid run they're trying to base it off of when he's in San Francisco. They wanted to do kind of that Daredevil run.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was that was their plan. And I know I've voiced my opinion about it, being pretty upset about it. But and then I guess they actually shot like 6 episodes of that series, and maybe Feige stepped in and was like, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't gonna be good. So we got to scrap the whole thing, fire the whole staff, and start over. So I think they started over. They hired the showrunner that did the Punisher series on Netflix, got a new writing staff in there, and then they revamped it and started fresh. And this is the first you've seen of that.
So they had already filmed 6 episodes of whatever they initially were gonna do. Damn.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I would love to see those. I would love to see those.
Yeah, where are those at? What were they all about?
Yeah.
They
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, exactly. They shot. I think it was 6 episodes of that story that they wanted to do, the Born Again, or the Born Again, but the original one. And so so I don't know how much money they lost on it, how much time they lost on it, but it seems like, based on the trailer, that maybe that was the right decision to go. But again, I've also been wary about what Disney's going to do with it, because that Netflix series, to me, is like the peak some of the best television we've gotten, let alone superhero television. So right off the bat, where are you guys at with this with the Daredevil trailer?
You want me to go?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you want to jump in first?
I you know what? I just rewatched it right now. I actually like it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I had canceled my Disney Plus subscription for like a month, and then I got a deal on it with the Hulu, so I added it back on. And I haven't watched anything on Disney Plus for a while now. I've been trying to watch Skeleton Crew, right? And I'm not really feeling it too much. And I'm like, you know what? I was at this point, I was pretty much done with the Marvel and Star Wars shows. But watching the Netflix trailer for this new Daredevil, I will watch this. I plan on watching it. I like what I've seen so far. One thing I will say is they brought a character, Muse. I had to bring it up. Muse, so.
Nice.
This was a character that I actually really, really liked. Spoiler alert: in the comic, and he dies, but I think they're gonna bring him back, like in the comic books. But when I was reading the storyline with him in it, I was like, dude, this character is really good, and I hope that they keep doing more stuff with him. And the fact they brought him on this season, the fact they brought him on this season, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do.
Nice,
because he's really psycho. He's really
yeah.
Really crazy, right?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, he's pretty psycho. So I don't really know anything about Muse myself. I know I've heard the name, I've seen his image before, and I've seen him in the trailer. I was like, oh yeah, I think I know who that guy is, but I don't really know much about it. Did you know? Or, I mean, Mark too. Do you guys know a little bit about the character?
Well,
the only thing I know is just like the research I've done. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you got the comics, so you probably know better than I do.
Yeah. The funny thing is, in the comic books, he's not a mutant. He's what's the one
Inhuman?
Yeah, he's an Inhuman. So I wonder if they're going to change that up. If they're going to even bring up, whatever his powers are. Another thing is in the comic book, for a short while, Daredevil had like a sidekick, Blind Spot. That's the character, and I'm wondering if they're going to bring him in. I don't think they are, but what Muse does to Blind Spot is pretty crazy. I don't know if that's why I was curious to know if they're going to bring him in on the show.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't. Man, I didn't even. I'm sad to say I didn't even know that there was the Daredevil had a sidekick. That's kind of
it was pretty crazy because Blind Spot he was a character that could actually see, right, and he was trained by Daredevil.
Okay, yeah.
But Muse actually pokes his eyes out, and then he becomes blind, and then they never bring him up again after that. That was the end of
that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Charles Soule. So, like, right when Charles Soule's run of Daredevil was ending, that was the end of Blind Spot, and like they never really. He hasn't been brought back, I don't think, in the comic books.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so how does Muse end up dying? You said he died, right?
Yeah, it's been a while since I read it. I think he actually like kills himself, if I recall.
Oh.
Like he jumps, like his whole thing is like trying to make a statement, and like the hence the word Muse is kind of like he doesn't consider himself like an artist, or he doesn't consider himself a killer. He's an artist, right? So he'll kill people, and then he'll use their blood to like paint the walls and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Like an artist,
literally.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, the Banksy comparisons come in quite a bit.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm going off of memory from reading the story, so I might be a little off, but that's what I recall from the storyline.
Okay. Yeah, no, I did a little bit of research into it, and you're 100% right. That's basically what goes down. So, Yeah, I'm curious too, because it seems like Daredevil, he hangs up his cowl, he stops, maybe because he says something about, when he's talking to Fist, talking about, lines are crossed, and some theories, or maybe he killed somebody, maybe something happened he didn't want to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, killing Muse wasn't what he wanted to do, or his death wasn't what he wanted. And so there's some, fallout from that. So, I mean, again, we got to wait and see what actually happens. But as far as like the trailer itself, it looks fantastic. I don't know what those other original 6 were supposed to be. I would love to see them one day. But if whatever direction they went in, if whatever they did to get them to this point was probably the right thing to do, because this looks more like Daredevil that everyone fell in love with, that really launched the whole, Disney having a TV series, or Disney doing these, spin-off episodes of superheroes, because there was no Disney Plus until after Netflix dropped the Daredevil, series, and all of a sudden they saw how popular it was, and it seemed like Disney was like, well, wait a minute, why aren't we doing this? So what Netflix did is fantastic, and I'll say that's probably, if it's not the best, it's one of the best comic book adaptations, that I've ever seen. Even in and of itself, just as a standalone show, it's fantastic. That is some fantastic storytelling with some very interesting characters, and superheroes and superpowers just kind of thrown into the mix. So it does look good. Yeah, I was just going to say really quick, I am skeptical. You were talking about Asia. You're talking about watching Skeleton Crew, right? And we covered it. And Skeleton Crew is, unless it's changed, it wasn't getting it wasn't as popular as it maybe should have been. Like, a lot of people weren't watching it, and I was thinking a lot of people weren't watching it probably because they've been burned so much, they don't even want to give it a shot. They don't want to give it a chance. So I see where you're coming from. And it's one of those things, like, you may watch it and you may even get into it. Trent didn't like hate it, but it wasn't for you. Trent didn't care for it. Not in a bad way. Like, you didn't really like throw it under the bus, or say all these things are wrong with it. But it's definitely a kid's show. But
I think it was fine. It was fine. It's some of the best stuff they've probably done with Star Wars, like, recently.
In a long,
isn't saying much, but it's not a bad show at all. It's just not marketed for me, like an adult with no kids and a big fan of Star Wars. So, but it wasn't getting watched, I think, was the issue, right? Is that what you're saying? I was completely ignoring what you're saying.
Basically,
So.
And I was thinking the reason why it probably wasn't getting the watches it probably would have if they dropped it, like, 2 or 3 years ago, is because there's been so much bad blood. Everyone, like, this, you don't trust it. So, like, I was basically kind of saying, I understand where why you would have dropped Disney Plus and, like, forget it, but it looks, there's a lot of potential with this. The only bad thing about it is it's from Disney, and Disney has done some bad stuff with Marvel and Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree, and I think, I mean, it's, I think I was pretty upset when they announced Daredevil, like, that they're bringing Daredevil back on Disney Plus. I was already pretty upset with the first couple comments they made about, we want to do something lighter, a little more hopeful with Daredevil. We want to do the Mark Waid San Francisco run. That's what we're gonna do with Daredevil. And I was like, everybody loved the Netflix Daredevil. There's no, I mean, I guess maybe not everybody. Most people, I think, across the board can say that it's good television. At the very least, it's a very good show.
Yeah.
And for them to be like, okay, well, we're gonna Disneyfy it. We're gonna Disney put on Disney Plus and make it fit into our world. And they kind of did that by putting Wilson Fisk in Hawkeye, and I was like wearing a Hawaiian shirt. And then they put like they put Daredevil in both Echo and She-Hulk, and they were trying to already like set that up to where, okay, we're kind of going in that direction. So these are the characters and how they exist in our world now, in the MCU world. And I think I was getting pretty upset about it because of how much I love the Daredevil show. And so yeah, so I was upset about it then, and then to see that they made the changes, that is a good sign, I think, in one way. But then also, I don't know, man. I think I just keep bringing this up about like the Moon Knight when Feige was like making comments like, "Oh, this is going to be a brutal show. We're not pulling any punches," and then it was the exact same. There are some parts, that were really good, and it was a little bit grittier, but like not in the way that he made it sound, So I was like,
Yeah.
So now it's like their version of gritty and dark and what they think Daredevil, the type of show that they can produce with Daredevil. I don't know. I still don't know if it can match, the level of the Netflix series.
Yeah. I will say no, go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, just really quick. I like a slight delay. AJ, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
So just a quick question: is the Netflix Daredevil and that world, is it in the MCU, or is this Daredevil on Disney like a brand new world, like an alternate universe?
Same world.
It's technically
Good.
supposed to be it's supposed to be the same. I mean, as far as we can tell from like when it's like the first season of Daredevil, the Battle of New York has happened. Like they mention it. I think one guy is like selling videos like on the street of like the battle, and so that I think that sort of indicates that this is the same universe, the MCU 616 universe. There's no other like mention or really a lot of connections after that. And then you see Charlie Cox in, I think, No Way Home, right? That's the first time we saw him. Or in the Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time you see him, and so he is supposed to be playing the same character. So I think it is the same MCU universe world. As far as we can tell.
Yeah, they kind of absorbed it essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But one thing I will say too is, and again, it's a trailer, so you don't necessarily want to read too much from a trailer necessarily. But I mean, they do have a lot of the fight scenes that we saw, or some of them, we don't see a whole lot. They look pretty good. There's that one scene where someone's getting like their elbows getting punched and the joint like breaks backwards and blood's coming through their shirt. So that's pretty, it's pretty graphic. It's pretty violent. Whether maybe that's all there is, maybe, but I mean, and again, it's not so much that, I want to see violence and gore. It's not so much about that, but we want to see like, a real story told in their world, in their situation. And they live in a very Daredevil, and the circles he runs in, those are like some dark, brutal, gritty situations that he's in. So that's what we want to see. It's not so much about the gore or excessive violence. We just want to see it done authentically, basically. So maybe there's some hope in that sense.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't even need to, because I as much as I don't, as hard as it is to not compare it to the Netflix ones because of how much I love those ones. I don't necessarily think it has to be exactly that, like that dark, that gritty, that level of violence. But I think that they just gotta take care of the characters, man. Take care of the characters, because they are established. And if this is a sequel, because it is seeming more like a sequel than it is a reboot. If it is a sequel, it's got to hold on to some of that charm, right? Some of the things that made the first one successful. I don't. Yeah, that's why I'm so like I'm skeptical, because of the good parts that we've seen in the stories behind the production, but at the same time, Disney has let me down so many times. Being hopeful for certain things, So I don't know what their capabilities are when it comes to this, and they have all their Disney Plus years have been kind of the same tone, the same kind of style, and the same kind of level of like storytelling and character development. And so this one, it's hard to expect it to be any different than the rest of them. So I don't know. It's really like it's a mixed feeling I have towards it overall.
Yeah.
I was wondering because I'll be honest with you, I don't even think I finished the second season of Daredevil. So does King? Yeah, I know.
It's all right, man. You're good.
Did Kingpin he found out that that Daredevil's identity or what, or is that something that we just assume happened over time of what happens now?
He does find out he's Matt Murdock, but I don't know if it's the second or third season. He does find out. I know by the end of the third season. Yeah, I think it's somewhere close to the end. Yeah. So I think that becomes. Man, I was just talking crap to you for not seeing it, but now I don't even remember. Like at which point.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. At which point he discovers, right?
Finds out. Yeah, and if that plays a part in Matt Murdock's personal life, I think there's some in there with that. But. Yeah. So you didn't finish the second season, and then it's definitely the third season, huh?
You know, I watched the first season for sure, and then I fell off. I don't know why. I can't remember why. I might have finished the second season, but I know I just didn't complete the series.
Okay.
I think it was because did the second or third season happen in between
Defenders,
yeah. I think after I was like, I'm not really feeling the Defenders, and then after that I was like I'm not gonna waste my time with Luke Cage, even though I heard it was really good. And then I just kind of Defenders was just so terrible, and the actor who played Iron Fist, wasn't.
Yeah. I absolutely love Iron Fist, man, as a character, and I that may have been one of the biggest disappointments as far as the adaptation goes for me when with Iron Fist. But yeah, so I think Daredevil's the best one. I think it's a toss up between Luke Cage. I think Jessica Jones has a better story. I don't like the main actress. I think she's not a very good actress. That's why I couldn't look past it. But Luke Cage is, it's okay. Some parts are good, some parts aren't, and then Iron Fist was just a piece of junk. So when they put them all the Defenders, I think the first couple episodes are okay, but then it starts to fall apart also. And then season 3 of Daredevil takes place right after Defenders, so you kind of have to know what happened to Daredevil at the end of Defenders to see where it starts in season 3, that's kind of annoying that you have to do that. But
I did not do that, and it was like, what's happening right now? So yeah, I did not do that. I did not watch Defenders. I went right into season 3, and I was like, what the heck?
What happened to him? Yeah,
to Matt Murdock. He's pretty beat up. So.
Yeah, because I think the Defenders ends. I think Defenders wraps up the Elektra stuff, the stuff with Elektra, and so that concludes, and that's how it ends with. That's how you find Matt Murdock waking up completely almost dead in the church or something in the bed. So, but yeah, Jeremiah is in the chat, by the way. He jumped in. He said, "I am happy that Disney got their heads out of their asses if they would have rebooted." While also still using Charlie Cox, everyone, including myself, would just compare it to the original, which is absolutely true. Daredevil was peak Marvel television, and then Kingpin finds out Daredevil's identity in the prison scene in season 3. Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, that's right. I remember that. They really didn't do much with the revelation, though. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Jeremiah. I appreciate it, man.
Jeremiah for the win. Nice.
For the win, jumping in, man. And he's still contributing, even though he couldn't make the show. He probably heard the whole conversation about talking crap about his surgery too. So, and he's still here.
We're
still here helping out.
Are pulling for your speedy recovery, my friend.
Right?
Speedy recovery.
But yeah. So dude, I think, man, Daredevil. Me and Jeremiah had this conversation. We met at Amazon when I lived in Seattle. And we talk about comic book movies and comic books all the time. And then he had brought up that he thinks that the Punisher arc in season 2 is like the best arc of all of the Daredevils. But the
right.
Elektra side of that season is okay. It's a little boring. And I agree with him on that one. But I think season 3, though, man, with Bullseye's story and the wrap up with Kingpin, I think that crap is so good, man. It got me so jacked.
I was gonna say then, because I remember the Punisher storyline, so I must have watched season 2, but then I don't remember Bullseye. So I was gonna say, was Bullseye in season 2 or 3? So he was in season 3.
Yeah. He's in season 3. Yeah, I think he's like one of the main-ish villains he has to fight. Man, he's
devastating.
He's
and he's got, and they tell a great story. It's a great story with him.
Yeah. Even all his weird stuff going on. Yeah, was really good, man. So, I think, man, not to tell you what to do, AJ, but I think maybe when you get a chance,
I think maybe I'll need to revisit then.
Yeah, finish it up, and then before the Born Again comes out. Yeah, and I don't know, because it seems like it does seem like they are like, it's Born Again is more of a sequel now than just a kind of a soft reboot. So it probably would help to see the rest of the Netflix series.
Yep.
I mean, I think even at one point, like Karen and they weren't even gonna have Karen and Foggy in the
in there.
I thought that they were going to be on there. Yeah. And you see a scene with them. Yeah.
See him in the trailer. Yeah. So I think they really were like, let's take a step back.
I hope they're not just. I hope they didn't just kind of throw them in there to be like, hey, look, the gangs are all here, kind of thing. I hope they're actually in it. I hope, because they had great stories too.
Phenomenal.
When you have side characters that have great story arcs going on, like that's just good television. That's good writing.
Yeah.
So talking about the trailer again, exactly. Yeah, and they're all believable. They're all real. They're not just a trope of some kind. And we do see Bullseye in the trailer, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's for a second. Yeah, he's in that. Yeah.
What does he look? Does he have the little thing on his forehead or no?
No, they didn't have anything like that.
No,
they had him. The only you see him at one point. I think they show him on an operating table. And I think they show that in the trailer. I think that's him on the operating table.
Yeah, okay. But then they show him in the prison. He's also
in the prison
the
bus
prison
or something.
Yeah,
shackles
he's in the prison line. Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool. That's Poindexter. But yeah, in the show, I think he doesn't ever get his own. I think he's impersonating Daredevil. I think in the 3rd season, like he's wearing the Daredevil suit. So he's like impersonating him and kind of causing havoc in the Daredevil's name. So I'm gonna go back and watch that. It's so good. It's so good. Sorry, Mark, you were saying.
Just talking about the trailer, that it is cool that hopefully we'll see Bullseye in it, because Bullseye is like that's one of his main villains. So and I don't know what they're gonna do, because I know in the comic book, at least back in the day, they could have retconned it, but his back gets broken, and then he has an adamantium spine. So I don't know if they're gonna go that far. They're just gonna say, okay, we fix his back and blah blah blah, he's ready to go. Maybe they're not gonna give him some sort of magical metal in his back.
Is that what happened
whatever
in the 3rd season?
In the comic book,
he gets his back broken.
Yeah, he does, actually, right?
Is it Kingpin that
I think so.
Is it Kingpin that does it to him?
We're just spoiling everything for you, if that's the case. But
I know.
But he does.
He does. Dawned on me.
The last time you see Bullseye or Poindexter in the series, he is like, he's on operating table, right, at the end of season 3. I think it's like
maybe that's what it was.
Post-credit thing or something. Yeah, I think that they do show him on the operating table. So I think you brought that up. You're like, oh, maybe he's getting adamantium spine, but we don't know yet. But it's got to be something for sure to show that.
Yeah, they may just say, okay, we fixed it. Get back out there. Awesome.
Welcome to the chat. The Twiki Kid. Oh, long time fan. The Twiki Kid. Is that somebody that you know, Mark? On YouTube, it's like there's
Twiki.
He's like Twinkie kid. He's got like his profile picture is like a Twinkie, a Twinkie
Is it
cowboy
me? Oh, okay.
person.
Okay,
So
Twinkie.
I
Okay.
think I thought he was one of your friends, but I'm sorry, Twinkie. I'm not sure exactly who you are, but you have been commenting on our show since we
Hey,
started the YouTube.
Listen, you
like
are
years
my
ago.
friend,
So
all right? Listen.
yeah. And he commented they're gonna need to seriously do some serious repairing to the Kingpin after what they did to his character in Hawkeye and Echo. Oh, he is not Echo also. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, he's in a lot of Echo. And not great. And then Jeremiah responds,
Not great.
yep, they did the Kingpin dirty in the shows. He lost the power of feminism.
One thing I did like about because I know Daredevil was in Echo, was the fight scene. That was pretty cool. Like it was legit comic book Daredevil fight scene.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Or
Echo
was
is
it-
a real character, you
Mm.
know. I think
Yeah.
there,
He was in-
there-
he
yeah,
was
it
in-
has some run-ins with
He
Daredevil.
was in
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Echo, right? Daredevil was in Echo,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah,
He's
just
in
for
that
one like scene, basically.
Yeah, just that one fight scene where she's like taking
That's
those guys
right, yeah.
out, and then he shows up. Yeah, and then they fight. Yeah, I do remember that. I know they were really trying to push that fight scene to make it a little more gritty. I think I just was looking sideways at it the whole time because of the whole show. But yeah, and I don't know if Echo can take Daredevil like that, but anyway, that's a different conversation. But yeah, and then even just the fact that they were kind of playing the theme song, a version of the theme song during the trailer, that tells me either they're trying to cash in on the nostalgia and show, hey guys, we're doing the right thing, or they actually are trying to be faithful and continue that storyline. So a couple of things like that in the trailer that kind of make me a little bit more hopeful than I was for sure. So
Yeah, one thing
yeah.
I'm thinking, and everyone was talking, when Deadpool and Wolverine, when that came out, like, is that going to save Marvel and all that kind of stuff? And it was, the movie was, it is what it is, and that was it. It was a box office win, at least for Marvel.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping maybe what might have happened, and maybe it's because of that movie, but then again, this had to have been filmed a while ago. It wasn't like it was filmed immediately after Deadpool and Wolverine came out. Maybe they realized, okay, yes, we are Disney, and yes, we can put out something that's going to have a little bit of violence, it's going to have some profanity, it's going to have some dirty jokes, and we can still, be Disney. We don't have to worry about moms boycotting us because, I subscribe to Disney, and you show somebody getting punched, and that's not what Disney's about. I wonder if Disney was so busy trying to save that old image that they have of them being like this magical, happy, whatever fairy tale thing, and they never did anything dark. They never did anything gritty or anything like that. They just avoided altogether. They candy coated it or whitewashed it, and maybe because they got a win, like a financial win. The people liked it with Deadpool, Wolverine. Maybe they're realizing, okay, we can do better stuff. We can do more than the fairy tale type stories, and people are still gonna. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, no one's gonna stop going to Disneyland. No one's gonna stop, getting their products and merchandise through Disney. So,
Yeah.
I don't know why. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they weren't afraid of like the Mothers United coming after them or something.
Right. No, I think there's one point because when Netflix, I think Netflix, I don't know who, I think it was Disney that didn't renew Netflix's the Daredevil world. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but one of them didn't renew the contract.
Yeah, Disney put the kibosh on it.
Okay, yeah. So then then the contract for it to stream on Netflix that ended up running out too. So we lost the shows off of Netflix. And then when they announced that they're gonna put them on Disney Plus, I think there was like some pushback. Like some of the parents were like, "Oh, this is a Disney. This is a family streaming channel. Why are you gonna put a mature series on here?" Which was a little silly to me. But I think that
Right.
I mean that right there, even though there's a little bit of pushback. I think that there is a lot more space for them to dive into. Like you're saying, Deadpool and Wolverine, definitely not a family friendly movie. And it proved that they could do it. They could do it. So yeah, Daredevil might be the second one. Like, hey, maybe we can kind of keep that going on this side of the MCU, and it could be successful, and no one's gonna try to cancel us.
Right. It's getting like you were saying before, though. It's getting hard to give them chances, right? So, like. And everybody has their own different opinions. Some people like some of the stuff they're doing. Some people are kind of, mediocre about it, and some people can't stand it. As far as I'm concerned, I think Skeleton Crew. I think that was a win. In my opinion, I think that was a win for Disney on the Star Wars side. So now maybe this might be a win for Disney on the Marvel side. Maybe after all the flack they've been getting over the past few years, maybe this is them finally, listening and realizing, and they're going to start, just do some better writing and put out some good materials. So we have to, we got to wait and see, obviously. But man, if this show, if it doesn't work, and like I said, I don't need it to be Netflix Daredevil. I don't need it to be that good. But I mean, you gotta be close to it. You've got to be better than what you've been doing. You got to be better.
Yeah.
Falcon Soldier. Thank you, everybody.
We got to do better. Yeah. No, what a horrible. That's
but
something.
Was he wrong?
Yeah.
But was he wrong?
I mean, generally, I guess not. But I mean, it's like,
but that doesn't help. It's like be better. I mean, how? Damn.
Right. Yeah. Like exactly. Feige came in and was like, "Yeah, we got to make this Daredevil series better." And then it's like how? So how do you? How should we do that? Just do better. Like that's nothing.
Just do better.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna walk around and take a victory lap. He's like, I did it. I led the team to victory.
I inspired you. Yeah. No, it'll be great.
Have they put any has there been any plot details for this? Like they haven't, they've kind of kept everything really hush. Like we don't really know who the main antagonist is for the series, right?
Not really.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, technically, because I mean it shows that great already that first scene, the main for the trailer with him talking to Kingpin was pretty great, I thought. And it seems like there's some kind of gray area between their relationship now at this point. And then they showed, they showed Muse and they showed Bullseye. So the main antagonist, I don't know. I guess I don't really know. I know they had released the synopsis for the original one, and it had that whole Daredevil's a new man trying to live a new life, and I was like, all right, I don't want to watch that. But I guess I haven't really looked into the story details.
They have James Gandolfini's son, so I'm kind of excited to see what he's doing in there too.
Oh God,
yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
one thing that
I
heard
maybe
that,
like a young Tony Soprano type of character, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe he's gonna play like some sort of like maybe he's gonna play like, okay, so with Daredevil, Daredevil has his opposite, with Bullseye. Maybe Matt Murdock will have his opposite with that character, because I think somewhere in the comic, and I was just doing research on this, that when Fisk is mayor, he pushes like an anti-vigilanteism thing. So he's trying to outlaw. He's trying to outlaw the mask, like voting to Watchmen there. So it seems like he's trying to do something like that. So maybe Gandolfini's son is maybe I don't know. I'm completely like just pulling this out of the ether off of what you said, because I hadn't really thought about what his character might be. But maybe that might be a way to go. Like I said, Matt Murdock will have his antithesis, and then Daredevil will have his. So that could be an interesting. He's fighting. He's fighting two different fights, two different his two different alter egos.
Yeah,
And they
As
also
we're
got
doing this,
go ahead, go ahead.
as we're doing the show, I'm watching. I have something in the background with YouTube. Is doing a little rundown of the Daredevil Netflix show. Whatever happened to Rosario Dawson's character? Did she die? I can't remember.
I don't think she died. I know she was kind of a go-between of all the characters in each of the series, and all. Like
She's with Luke
Luke
Cage or
Cage,
something like that, right? Yeah.
and yeah, I think so. Yeah, with Luke Cage, and then she kind of makes an appearance in each of the shows, from what I remember. But I don't. I'm trying to. Man, maybe Jeremiah can jump in and let us know where she was at in season 3. I'm not remembering exactly what her role was past.
Yeah, for some reason I thought she was like she didn't want to because she gets kidnapped. I'm spoiling everything. She gets kidnapped or something at one point, and it was a great story. And I felt like she was trying to like pull away from that. Like, I can't keep fixing you. I could be wrong. Like, she was like, I can't keep fixing you, and you're doing all this crazy stuff. Like, I'm not about that. I'm trying to be like a real nurse in a hospital,
Right. Yeah,
that kind of thing. So I think she kind of, severed. So
Yep, we lost him. Oh, you still alive?
I'm just gonna be like this.
Yeah. But yeah, you said she like maybe severed some ties with those people, with
I
those
think so.
vigilantes. Yeah. Time Loop
Exactly. Yeah.
Interactive. Thanks for joining the chat. They said, I'm not sure who Time Loop Interactive is. Sorry, man, but they said I think figuring out how to keep them from digressing after they do get wins. They fall back to easy money every time. Fall back to easy money every time.
I would agree with that.
I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
He said Night
they
Nurse.
phoned it in.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I definitely agree with that. And then Night Nurse, that's Rosario Dawson's character, right?
Yeah.
Not sure what he knew with the but yeah. So yeah, man, I want a good superhero. I want good superhero content. That's first and foremost. And man, Daredevil became one of my favorite characters back. So I read Kevin Smith's run. I think it's Guardian Devil. Kevin Smith did like a 5-issue run, and major spoilers, but Karen dies in that, and like it ends with her dying, and he's like devastated. And then I think it's Brian Michael Bendis's run after with Alex doing the art, and I think that's the one. I could be 100% wrong if anybody out there wants to jump in and correct, but that is I think it's Bendis's run. That's some of the best comic book writing I've read. Probably maybe top 5 books that I've read was Bendis's run.
Oh, wow.
And I fell in love with Daredevil from that run. And then just when the Daredevil
Did you ever read the
series
Frank
came
Miller
out,
run?
I did read the Frank Miller run. Yeah, I do like the Frank Miller run also. That's also good stuff too. But I don't remember when I read that run. I'm trying to remember if it was like way before or after, and I don't recall much from it. But it is good. It is good though. I do remember it being good. So with that, sorry, Jeremiah's jumping in here, but with that, so when the show came out, also with that, it just kind of compounded, like it doubled down, and like Daredevil's like one of my favorite characters now, and so I would hate. The last few times we saw him in the MCU was kind of disappointing, so I would hate to see that keep going in that direction, and I hope that's not the case. I hope we get some good Daredevil here.
I think
Jeremiah
we will.
says, sorry, go ahead.
No, I think we will. I mean, if the trailer is any indication of where the show is going, I think it's going to be a really good show. I mean, I have hopes for it. I hope that this is going to make me come back to watching some Disney Plus Marvel shows.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I'm sure if it's a hit, I think they're going to restructure how their shows are going forward.
Right. I hope so. Yeah. I hope this is a win. And again, it does not need to be as good as Netflix Daredevil. It's just got to be better than all the other stuff that been putting out. So
Yeah.
they really, in a sense, they really have a low bar. They kind of have a low
They
bar. It
do.
doesn't even have
They
to
do.
be that good.
Yeah.
So come on, guys, just
Yep.
walking
Yep.
across
Yeah, just
the end zone.
just
walking
roll
across,
it
man. No
across,
one's
man. All you
stopping
gotta
you.
do is
Just
roll
roll
it across
man.
and it'll be good. Just top all
Help
of your
us help
Disney
you.
Plus shows, and that's all you gotta do. But I can't imagine if Feige was if he saw it, that it was worth it to pull the plug on the original stuff that
Yeah.
they shot. To restart it, rehire people, and clean house. I think if that was the
Right.
case, I can't imagine they're not going to take it seriously and be like, okay, if we're going to start over, spend money on it, then we should make it good.
Yeah. And
But
I think we can support that by the trailer, because the trailer looks like that's what they do, or it looks like that's what has happened. Because if they did do that, because they did reshoots for the Marvels and all that kind of stuff too, like they can do reshoots all day long and still put out something that is not a fan favorite. I'm trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to go on a tangent, but I didn't think the Marvel, or wait, no, you said the Marvels, right?
yeah,
I was
the
thinking,
last
yeah, I was thinking the Eternals. Never mind.
oh, okay.
right on.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I didn't
yes,
think
it's not
Eternals
as
was
bad.
that bad.
Yeah, everybody like really like, it's like you just kicked my dog kind of thing. They were like, a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I didn't hate Eternals as much as like I don't know, maybe the internet did. Maybe it wasn't everybody. Maybe it's just people online. It's easy to
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, take shots sometimes.
Yeah. No, I think. No, go ahead, AJ.
I was gonna say there's a interview with I forgot his name, but Michael Rosenbaum. He has a podcast and he interviews one of the Indian character from Eternals, and he talks about how he's doing a press run while the movie was getting trashed because Marvel had thought that that it was going to be a big hit, the movie. So they lifted the embargo as far as reviews as they were doing their world tour, like, promoting the movie. And
okay.
his what he's saying is like it was very weird to have promote this movie while everyone's like trashing it at the same time.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that they try to do something different as far as tonally, but I think there was some issues with the story, and then I feel like, to me, Marvel was like, oh, we'll see, people don't want a serious movie, so we got to go back to doing more our formula. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it seems like they were like, oh, people don't want serious movies, so let's go back to doing more of our brand, so.
Yeah, I feel like that's been the case. Yeah. I feel like, and I hate saying like Hollywood kind of thing, but especially as far as these types of movies are concerned, it's like they look at the audience, and I feel like they dismiss the audience. I feel like they look at the audience, say, okay, it's basically like these guys aren't smart, they're not intelligent. We can give them basically some sort of slop that just goes A, B, C, D, and as long as we do these things, then that's fine. We have some action, we have some lasers, we have a couple of cool one-liners, and it's a hit. It's supposed to be a hit. Like Black Adam. Black Adam wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. And again, in my opinion. So, and I feel like that was one of those movies that was just like they did A, B, C, and D. They checked off these boxes and they did nothing else. It was like a very formulaic, cookie cutter kind of thing. That Blue Beetle, just
I actually like Blue Beetle though.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
With Black Adam, I kind of feel like The Rock had maybe, I've read things where like The Rock couldn't have Superman in it because it would outshine him, and like and all this stuff, but like they wanted to do Black Adam Superman crossover, but I think in The Rock's contract, he can't lose a fight, so they couldn't put them in a
interesting.
movie together. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah, because I know, like, talking about that, I know he wanted it to be like you said, like a Superman, Black Adam kind of movie. And my thing is like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, those two, they aren't, you know what I mean? They aren't there. They each have their own enemies, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like he should be fighting Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever you want to call him. Like that's who he should be trying to square up against. You know, but he wanted to square off against the best Superman. This is The Rock talking about, you know, what do you want to do with Black Adam?
Yeah.
You know,
And
but then if you can't lose, like, dude, you got to lose.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they try to make Black Adam like an anti-hero, but he really is a bad guy. And maybe if he came off as a bad guy if I'm sorry, we're going off a tangent here, but I think
no, you're good.
If they would have done a Shazam, if they would have done a Shazam movie with Black Adam as the antagonist and The Rock loses, and then he has a redemption arc where he makes his own movie, that probably would have been a better route.
That actually would have been a better route. That's a very good idea. I like that. He's a bad guy. He loses, and then and then make a Black Adam movie about him. You know, if he's going to become an anti-hero, whatever the case may be, then do the movie. That's the fallout from it. That would work better. That would definitely work better than what they actually did, where they just had him as this lukewarm, you know, guy basically. And that would be a very interesting story, and people would, I think, they'd get behind that. You know what I mean? It would almost be like, you know, I feel like I've been talking about Rocky, you know, a lot this week or whatever, but it would almost be like a Rocky. It would be like a Rocky thing. Like, you know, he loses, like in the first Rocky movie. In the second one, he gets his you know, his I don't want to say like justice or whatever, but he gets his reward, so to speak. So that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we want to talk about with the trailer? We saw Bullseye's in it.
Real quick couple of comments here. Jeremiah says,
right?
Yeah, she wasn't in season 3. Her last appearance was Luke Cage 2. Rosario Dawson's Luke Cage 2, which I didn't see the second season. So, okay, got it. Bendis and David Mack. That's the duo, right? Time Loop Interactive put in David Mack. He was also one of the writers / pencilers, cover artists of that series. Yeah, Time Loop, man. You know what you're talking about. They're gonna pull the rug and do all the yellow Time Loop Interactive in the chat. Time Loop knows what he's talking about. They're going to pull the rug and do all the yellow suit and weird jumping. Yeah, maybe. And then this speaks right to me. Time Loop and also Jeremiah both talked about make sure there's a ton of shitty jokes. Yeah, and then Jeremiah's saying don't hope they don't do something. They don't turn Daredevil into jokes every time something serious happens. I think that's the biggest issue that I have with
that's what we got to look out for. That's what we got to look out for.
Timing, yeah. I think Mark, one time you were saying, because when you first watched, because you watched the Daredevil series way after I did, and you were saying like, there's that part where Rosario Dawson has to like hit the dude with a bat, and then you were like, in the MCU there would have been like that's a home run or something, you know?
Right? Yeah, some stupid one-liner or whatever.
Yeah, but instead she like breaks down and cries because she's like the trauma from what just happened. Yeah.
Right. And I swear I like watching it, I was like ready to stand up and applaud, because that is a real reaction, not some stupid one-liner or you know, once you get saved, you just walk out of there like everything's cool. Like in the next scene, you're just walking out like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Thanks for saving me. It's like you just had a very traumatic experience, and I need to see that. See, that's let's see if they do anything like that. Just see something a little bit like it, guys. Disney, I'm talking to you.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Time Loop also. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, AJ.
No, I was gonna say one thing that we didn't bring up was the Punisher's back, so that's cool.
Oh, yes, John Bernthal. Yes. Right. Yeah. I think John Bernthal was saying that he would only come back, and obviously this isn't. whatever his gauge is. But he said he'd only do Punisher again or play Punisher again if the script was worth coming back for it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what John Bernthal's gauge is on what a good story is or what good character development is. I don't know where he's at, where his skill set is outside of acting, but it seems like that's also another good indication. But yeah, having Punisher come back, man, the Punisher run again is the best, is one of the best parts of Daredevil. And then the Punisher, I saw the first season of Punisher. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't see the second season, but I thought it was pretty solid. So John Bernthal, I think, is a perfect Punisher.
Yeah, and I think it's almost like just for comparison's sake, the same way Ryan Reynolds is with Daredevil. On some level, I think he is that same way with the Punisher. I mean, obviously, you know, Ryan Reynolds put in the work for years, so it's not the same thing. I know, but just on a just for something to compare it to, some sort of comparison's sake, something like that. So I think he takes it pretty seriously. Unless you just threw a bunch of money at him, then who knows?
Yeah.
Then who knows?
Are they going to do a Punisher TV series?
That I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know if there's any talk about that. Maybe somebody out there on the interwebs will let us know. But I don't know if they. I mean, but if this is a hit, and we got Punisher in it, then yeah, give us some Punisher. Put some Punisher in there. And I think too, like I heard people pointing out, like in that trailer, they have little nods to like Luke Cage. But you know what I mean? They have like little nods, like, you know, like I guess he has like a nightclub or something like that. They have like these little these little Easter eggs of, you know, there's this, there's that, you know, like something like, you know, Pym Industries and all that kind of stuff. There are all these little, you know, Easter eggs that are in there. So so it's definitely it's definitely part of the universe. But yeah, so maybe at some point all that will come into play.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
Time Loop Interactive says, I want one joke from a cute military girl about how hot the hero is, and then after that, the rest needs to be a superhero tragedy. So yeah, spot on.
Was that like a Man of Steel? Was that a Man of Steel?
Yeah, is that a Man of Steel reference? Right? Yeah, I hope so. That's a Man of Steel reference.
Nice.
Epic, man. Yeah.
I like that scene. She's like, what did she say? Like, I hot, sir.
Like,
I can't remember what she said.
Hot. Yeah, she's like, get in the car. Yeah.
That was
and then
awesome.
Jeremiah says one of the Daredevil showrunners was a producer on the Punisher show. Yeah, and directed some of the episodes too. So yeah, that's a good sign, man. That's a good sign. Fantastic. Yeah.
I'm guessing that if this is a hit, they will do a Punisher show.
Right. Yeah, they're gonna try to milk whatever they can, right? So
yeah, if they knock this one out of the park. Yeah. If they knock it out of the park, then I mean, I would love to see Charlie Cox play Daredevil for as long as he wants to, and as long as it's good, you know. But yes, so if they do well, you know, they're gonna milk it and try to keep it going for as long as possible. Time Loop Interactive, MOS for life, Man of Steel for life. Yeah, man. That's I share the sentiment right there with you. Any other thoughts on Daredevil, on trailers, on the trailer? What's coming?
No, I think it's solid, and I'm looking forward to it.
I hate to say it looks good. Too, it looks good.
I hate to say also that it looks good. I'm the last person to give any inches.
Disney,
not an
inch trust you,
Disney,
right?
But and so I guess we will see. Disney got a lot of pressure coming up, man. Oh, go ahead.
I've watched the trailer like a dozen times. Does anybody know when it's coming out? Because I've watched the trailer. I never looked for a date. I was like, okay, let me watch it again. Okay, let me take a break.
I thought it was April, but let me double check the release. Yeah, release
in case anybody listening is like, when is this thing coming out?
Yeah, when's it coming out? March. March comes out in March. Premieres in March. Yeah. Not giving us an exact date, it looks like, but March 4th, 2020. Oh, so pretty soon, man. We're not very far.
It's about 6 weeks
like
or so. 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting close, man.
All right, guys.
That's super exciting. Yeah. So
the world is going to be watching. The world is going to be watching.
Yeah, I think Disney has that's a lot of pressure, man. They got to really have a couple of home runs here because I
Yeah.
think people are kind of feeling better because of Deadpool and Wolverine, and
Yeah.
we got Captain America coming out in February, and then Daredevil coming out right after that in March. So I think they really got there's a lot of pressure, man. These guys got to be pretty good because I think people are still on the fence with where the MCU's been these last few years. So yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, we'll see. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. We'll have to come back on and talk. Have a live show when it premieres, so we can have some serious thoughts. Break down that first episode at the very least.
Yeah. Yes. I like
That'd be
that.
cool.
I like
Dude,
that.
I'd be down. Not gonna commit to it yet, but I'd break down each episode as that show comes out because I'm so excited for that show. So
Right.
we'll see if we have the time
And
for that.
just
the
be
bandwidth for it.
waiting. Every episode is just going to be us waiting for them to mess up. It's like, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I knew we couldn't trust them. I knew we couldn't trust them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think, dude, I'm wary of it because I think the last time I was really excited was probably Obi-Wan because I was just so excited to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, and I think I've never been more sad or something than I was when that came out. As I was just, I was so excited, and so let down, and so I'm trying to not come in too hot. Yeah.
I had heard that Obi-Wan was supposed to be a movie, and then
it was actually at one point it was a trilogy, and he was actually I think Star Wars Theory he had the original writer for the movies that were supposed to be done. He had him come on and talk about it or something, or I think it was something like that. He actually was able to talk to somebody that was close to the production that had the stories, and I think he was gonna like team up with the clone that he worked with. I think it was Rex or one of those. I think it was Rex or one of those guys.
right.
Yeah, and the one that like shoots him down or something, like he's like the goes to Order 66, the one that shoots him down when he's on the that monster thing. I think he ends up teaming up with him at some point to in the storyline. So I was like, man, that would have been great to have some kind of like retribution, some kind of like coming back to that person that almost killed you during Order 66. I think there's a lot about that in there. It's gonna be I think it was gonna be like a 2 or 3 movie idea they had originally that they were gonna do, and then they're just like, nah, we'll scrap it and just do this series, not put a good, not put a good effort into it,
That's
so yeah,
unfortunate.
so I hope that's not the case with Daredevil because I am trying to temper my expectations, but I'm like slowly getting excited about it because man, Daredevil's so good.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I will say I definitely want it to be good, but I'm also, I think, on a little bit. I'm kind of watching to see if it fails. I'm excited to see if they screw it up, just so it can be like, you son of a bitch. You did it. You did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of,
right.
I mean, I want it to be good. That's 100%. But at the same time, I'm just waiting there. I'm waiting for you to mess up, and I'm going to drop that guillotine right on your head.
Right.
Just,
Yeah. No. Either way, I'm ready. I'm gonna come in swinging for good reasons or swinging for bad reasons. Either way, I would be swinging. So.
It's up to you. Whatever you want, Disney. Whatever you want.
Yeah, it's in your hands. It's in your hands right now.
It's in your hands. Right. But don't make me do this to you.
Yeah, exactly. Obi-Wan is still trying to figure out how to get past that electric gate. That's that describes
that was
the
the dumbest thing.
Series. Yeah.
It's like, just walk, man.
Just walk around it, man. Just walk around it. There's a ton of space, man. Just walk around it.
Like, don't pull back on the shot. Just there's some camera, 101.
Yeah.
Just don't do the wide shot. Just give us
don't do the wide shot.
conclusion.
Don't
Anyways.
Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. All right. I guess that does it for Daredevil, man. Yeah, we already got over an hour, man. So I think we could probably call it unless if you guys want to keep going and talking about the anything else. But I think we did what we were supposed to do here.
It's up to you guys. I'm here for you guys. So.
I mean, I guess real quickly, the next big one is the Captain America movie with Sam Wilson. So I know me and we were hanging out with our old host RJ yesterday, and we talked about how it seems like they're trying to make the tone a little serious, like try to follow the Winter Soldier tone a bit, because the first trailer felt very reminiscent of Winter Soldier to me. There weren't a lot of jokes. There was a lot of political espionage, a lot of like things that kind of match that. And so, if that's the case, that's a good move. I think it's a good move on Disney. It seems like they're trying to fix their past mistakes here. Maybe, I don't know.
Is it done by the Russo brothers?
It's not. I think it is. Hold on. Yeah, let me double check.
If it was Russo brothers, I'd be like, I'm on board. I'm fully on board.
Let's go.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, they're probably a little too busy with the Avengers Doomsday or whatever. Not Doomsday.
Secret Wars?
Yeah, Secret Wars and the guys. Doom, right? Or Doomsday? Because Doom's gonna be in it, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit busy with those movies probably than to come direct Sam Wilson's movie. But it is directed by, it's not showing me. But
yeah, well, while you're looking, the trailer does look good. Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. Julius, oh no, I don't. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Good, you.
Julius Onai is known for the Cloverfield paradox. So not a huge catalog. Cloverfield paradox. There's a lot of lots of movies I haven't really heard. A lot of short films. A lot of So not a huge. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing if it doesn't have a huge
exactly
backlog. That might even be good to have somebody fresh in there to check it out. But sorry. So you were saying, Mark?
No, the trailer does look good. The trailer, I haven't watched it that much, but so far, I mean, there's only one little jokey scene in there, which I don't mind. I don't mind there, being some lighthearted moments in it, because I mean, the whole everything's not going to be, pedal to the metal or whatever you want to call it. So, it looks good. It looks good. The action sequences look good. Seeing him do tricks with the shield looks pretty good. I know some people are, kind of mad or whatever, saying he's not Captain America or whatever. And he's not Steve Rogers, but Captain America is, is a title. That's how I look at it anyway. So is he? No, he's not Steve Rogers. No, he's not like the original Captain America. But Captain America, to me, it seems like it's a mantle that gets passed. That's how I look at it anyway. So I'm not really upset about that.
Yeah, no. I mean, he literally says, "I'm not Steve Rogers" in the trailer, right? So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the lines. So and I don't know if I necessarily loved the comics of him. I think it's All New Captain America that he was when he was Captain America. I don't necessarily love the stories that they wrote, and not because of Sam or anything. I just it was okay. It was okay to me. So, but at the same time, I don't have any issues with Falcon being Captain America in the MCU at this point. So I've never thought that Anthony Mackie was like a
leading man material.
Exactly, a leading man material. And the things I've seen him in, good, but I'm still not convinced for him to be a leading man. But also remains to be seen. We could, the trailer does look good, and it seems like it's taking itself seriously.
I wish they would have put Bucky in it though, but I guess he's not, right?
I don't
know. I heard he's supposed to be in it. I thought he made a cameo in it. I could be wrong though, because I know he's going to be in the Thunderbolts or something coming up.
Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was going to be in this, but
yeah,
but maybe not because he is.
It looks like Liv Tyler's on the cast list, and so is Tim Blake Nelson. He played Samuel Stearns in the first Hulk movie with Edward Norton, the guy that ends up who's that character? Who does he end up becoming?
The brain guy, the big headed guy.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
the
big
leader,
guy with
the leader.
The leader,
The
yep,
leader.
yep, the leader. Yeah, he's on the cast list also, so maybe he's gonna reprise the role
nice.
as that character. Yeah. Well, it's the one nitpicky thing, man. Giancarlo Esposito, man, he's a great actor, but he's been just kind of playing the same characters a lot, man. These last few times
always a
around,
bad guy.
like, yeah, I'm kind of like getting like a little burned out, man. Like I've seen him in a lot of things. Yeah, they're like kind of like, okay, man, that's cool. Right. You're a good actor.
Where he's bad, and he's too cool for school. He's always like, cooler than, or it would be cool to see him playing a different role, maybe where he's not playing the alpha bad guy kind of thing, which that's typically what he is.
Yeah.
Don't
be
the guy in charge.
The same character that he was playing in the Mandalorian season 3, I think he was in, or season 2 or 3. Yeah. He's just kind of in it, and Disney's producing, so the same. Like it's like, here you go. Yeah, he's just kind of being the same kind of dude. He's got a gun and he's saying stuff. So yeah,
right. Instead of a dark saber.
Yeah, it's a dark saber. He's got a rifle, but I think I don't know. I'm not nothing about the trailer is giving me goosebumps, but also nothing about the trailer that's making me not hate it. I mean, I know people were talking about how is he gonna fight the Red Hulk? He's he's a human, but there's the adamantium. I think his suit. They already established that he has like the same suit as Black Panther, right? That kind of suit.
Yeah, I thought it was vibranium, right?
Yeah. The vibranium. Yeah, the vibranium kind of absorbing suit that absorbs impact and kicks it back. And I mean, I don't know how. Again, getting into the anatomy of it.
I mean, the trailer they show him like cutting through a plane. Like they show him like his wings cut through the wings of another airplane or something like that.
Oh,
in the trailer.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
yeah,
clear us a little bit more than whatever. But I mean, here's something to think about too. The fact that how's he going to fight Red Hulk because he's a human? That makes it interesting. That makes it a challenge. How is this normal guy with no powers going to take on one of the most powerful things on the planet? I mean, a hero is defined by his challenge. So that's as big as it gets. So it could be interesting. It could be a moment for him. And as far as him like being a leading, not even so much about Anthony Mackie, about being a leading man or whatever, but I do like the fact that we kind of see Falcon being promoted from being a sidekick, and now the guy that was running things, he's out of the picture, and now he has to step up and take on that leadership role. So I think it makes for, to me, it's good storytelling. But how the story is told, we got to wait and see. Clearly.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I like how
to me so far it looks good.
He's got a sidekick too now. So
that dude from the series, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's
got his own set of wings too, right? So
he has his own suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he took some acting classes, man, because I remember that kid was glaringly bad in the Falcon Winter Soldier series, man. I was like, this guy is somebody's nephew. This guy is somebody's nephew. That's how he got in this movie. So I don't know.
Right.
But
his name is Samuel Feige.
Samuel Feige.
No relation. Liar.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or he pronounces it Fige, so it's
Fige, yeah.
No, it's different. It's different.
Right, yeah. We got Eric King in the chat. Eric King also from Washington.
Right on.
Thanks for jumping in, man. Jeremiah said Walter White turned him into Two-Face. Yep.
That's true.
It'll be refreshing to see a final battle where the two characters don't share the same powers. Yeah, agreed. Definitely. Yeah. Nice.
That's true.
Yeah. Thrawn Kill.
That's
welcome
a pretty
to the
good
chat,
observation.
Man. Yeah, right. The power of friendship is Sam's greatest strength.
It's beautiful.
Yep. Jeremiah jumping back in. Friendship and great
Beautiful.
speeches. Yep, great speeches. Yep. Great speeches. Yep. Time loop. Time loop knows who that character is. That Sam's sidekick. It's
Sidekick?
Sergeant Nepotism. Yes. Sergeant
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
Sergeant Nepotism. I like Time Loop, man. You're a good dude. You're a good dude.
Sergeant. That's funny.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Cool. Yeah, quick thoughts on that. I guess we haven't really talked much about it, but I think we kind of covered the basis of
Yeah.
Not Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Cut that out and make that little bonus clip.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bonus thing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Sure, I guess that kind of wraps it up. AJ, anything you're excited for or into this week, man, that you've seen that you can recommend to the audience?
Well, I know you guys are anime guys. Have you guys been watching? Do you guys watch Beastars on Netflix?
Oh crap! That's right. Yes, I did. I watched it like the first 2 seasons when they came out, and I started watching this third one. I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, it's a very interesting show. It's yeah. I kind of got the impression, looking at it from a more like abstract-ish kind of angle, like because I can't remember their names right now, but the wolf guy was in love with the rabbit girl. I kind of got the impression that it was almost like a and I'm not trying to be vulgar or anything, but it's almost like a sexual thing, right? Like typically like the male whatever is normally the aggressor, the one that wants to get, what I mean? That's typically how it goes, especially when you're in high school. You're more aggressive, so to speak, with the hormones about getting the girl, and the girl represented because she was a rabbit, so she plays this demure, soft, sweet thing, and that's typically what guys want for the most part. So it was just something I thought about. I have no idea. I don't know if that's the point of it necessarily, but because they have herbivores that are that they have male herbivores in there that have girls and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, just
okay.
Something I thought about. But yeah, so Beastars.
Yeah,
have you finished watching the third season? Okay.
I did. I don't think a lot of people talk about the show, so I try to talk about it when I can. Because if you're a fan of anime, it's very different. But I actually like the animation and the stories. I think it's a well written story, and it's not like your typical anime. It is, and it's like it's very. I mean, it's anthropomorphic animals living like a slice of life in high school. That's all I could say,
Yeah. And the weird thing too is they have creatures, and this is a big part of the show, creatures that are carnivores living with creatures that are herbivores, that they would normally prey upon. Maybe that's part of it too, is maybe it's about, like the quote unquote the social contract that everybody has to deal with. You know what I mean? Like you can't just do whatever you want. That's probably the biggest thing. Like I said, it's that social contract. You can't just go around and do whatever you want to somebody because you can, because that's what a lot of the carnivores would probably want to do, because they're always fighting with themselves, this internal battle, because they want to, eat meat, and they can't do it in this world they're living in. That's probably the real point of the show. But anyways, Beastars, yes, very good. Good.
Nice.
Good call, man. I'm glad you said that. I actually forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. That's not much I've watched this week. I'm still working on Blue Lock. So one of the few animes kind of caught my attention. Modern. I think I talked about it maybe the last podcast episode. Man, we're doing so many shows and I'm forgetting what we talked about. But yeah, the Blue Lock is pretty solid, man. I think I like the sports anime, and that's pretty good so far. Mark, anything you want to mention before?
Really quick, I'll just say on the anime tip, Netflix. Well, actually, I'll say Solo Leveling on Crunchyroll. The next season's come out, so if you're interested, check that out. I think it's very good. On Netflix, they have something called Orb, I think it's called Orb Movement of the Earth. It's not your normal anime. There's no crazy action powers, nothing like that. But it's a very interesting anime. And then Castlevania, the next season of Castlevania has come out. So I'm
Nocturne,
going
right?
to watch that. Yes. So I'm going to check that out. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. And that's about it.
Hey,
Solid,
I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys watch Tokyo Revengers?
Ooh, man. Yeah, I started watching. I got through the first season. I didn't finish the second season. I did watch the live action movie that they made of it on Netflix. It's Japanese made. It's on Netflix. It's a Japanese made TV or movie, Tokyo Revengers, and it's going to take a little bit of a tangent. Yeah, check it out. The main character that's in that, he is also the main character in the Japanese live action Yu Yu Hakusho. That is also on Netflix. So if you are into either one of those, but Tokyo Revengers, the concept of that really hooked me. When I was watching it, like this guy, like what he's trying to do and how he's trying to do it was like, this is some really good storytelling involving time travel. It's a little bit different. So I take it you're watching it?
Yeah, I'm caught up. I was wondering when the next season is going to start, but that's one show that I think I like to recommend people. The animation could be a lot better. It could be a lot better if you ask me, but the story is good.
Yeah, I think I only watched the first season. I think it's just to check out the second season. But yeah, I think I remember liking the first season. I just think I was like, how many times do they gotta go time and then they fix it and then it ends up not being fixed? Like, no wait, this is the actual issue. Oh wait, no, this is the actual issue. So I was like, I think I do that all through the second season too. But I understand, like, you change one thing that changes something in time. And
butterfly effect, right?
I understand. Yeah, butterfly effect, exactly. So I get it, but I was like, all right.
But it does get tiresome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
No, I need to go back and I need to finish watching it.
Yeah, same. Thron Kill says JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is sweet. Yep, Mark will attest to that.
Ooh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Man, I love it. One of my favorites.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then,
man.
Eric King says
so twisted.
Right, yeah. Eric King says, Mark, did you watch Warrior yet? You're letting Eric down, man. Eric's been telling us to watch Warrior for like a couple years now.
And I watched
it. Is that the TV show Warrior?
Yeah, TV show. Yeah,
on Max.
Is it on Max? Okay. Have you seen it, AJ?
I think it's on Netflix now.
Oh, I think so too. Actually, I think so too.
Yeah.
So be mad at me and AJ, not just me. I just got here. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Let's see. Time Loop Interactive. He said he's been watching. He got recently turned on to this show called Pantheon. If it's the animated one, I think that's on AMC. Maybe it's the where the girl gets.
It's AMC, but it's also on Netflix. It's also on Netflix.
Netflix also? Okay. Gotcha.
I think that's the one that Zoe recommended too.
Oh, okay.
Zoe,
got it.
We see you. We see you. Yep. Yeah, no, I actually do want to watch that. I have it on my list. It looks good.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That's Time Loops Interact. That's his recommendation. Jeremiah said he's not watching anything, but he's playing Days Gone on PlayStation. Oh, Days Gone, the zombie movie. I think what's the actor's name that they used as the modeling? Is it Whitworth or Sam Whitworth or I think it's Sam Whitworth.
Oh yeah, the one that played it says Star Wars lore.
No, Star Wars, yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's Sam. Yeah, it's Sam. Yeah.
I think it's Sam. It's Days Gone's an open world zombie game. That game was pretty sweet. I put a lot of hours into that. So yeah, that Jeremiah, I hope you're enjoying it too, man. It's pretty fun. They were supposed to get a sequel.
Make sure you get your rest, Jeremiah. Make sure you get your rest.
Yeah.
I don't want you playing video games all night, young man.
Yeah. If you can't be on a live show, you shouldn't be willing to play video games.
I never said that. I never said
Yeah.
that, but no, man. Play your
No,
game,
I
get
take
some
it
rest.
back. I
Just
take
be
it
watching to be well. Be well. Be well.
Yeah. And then King says, I'm waiting for Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Is that a new game maybe from Fatal Fury?
Is that a game?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, mate.
Man, I used to love the bat shit out of Fatal Fury. And the
That's
animated movies that came out like in the
yeah.
Terry
Terry
Bogard and
Bogard, right?
Andy
Yeah,
Bogard,
okay. Yeah.
Joe
Andy
Higashi,
Bogard, yeah.
and Mai Shiramui.
Yeah.
We bouncy.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Very solid.
The Fatal Fury fans know
All
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All solid recommendations. Thank you guys for recommending in the chat what to watch. And yeah,
Very cool. Very cool.
Mark will watch Warrior, Eric. He'll get around to it.
Listen.
Yeah. He's actually
I watched it.
AJ and I are gonna watch it.
No, I did watch like the first season of Warrior. I just didn't finish it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think I saw like maybe the first like 2 or 3 episodes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. One more question. I guess this is probably for Mark. He's not Time Loop Interactive is not familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So what's so great about it?
Whew. Oh man, we got time. We got another hour.
3 hours
right?
Time
We
Loop
got
because he's
another
about to
hour.
jump into it. Yeah.
Woo, baby. No, you know it. I think we talked about it briefly on a previous show, but it's almost like it's a mix between like a horror comic and like a shonen comic. It's, if I was gonna put it in a nutshell, there's some very disturbing and creepy things that happen in it, but there's also, you know, like people with powers and all that kind of stuff. So it starts, oh God, the show, well, the thing about it is it goes through generations, right? So the first generation is, there's a young man named, I want to say his name's Jonathan Joestar, okay, whatever, but his name's Jonathan Joestar. He gets kind of an adopted brother of sorts, and he's a real jerk, to put it lightly. What ends up happening is this adopted brother becomes a vampire. Joe has to learn how to fight him. And he has somebody train him how to do it. I feel like I'm not describing it very well, but in a nutshell, Joe fights this guy. His name is Dio, but somehow Dio survives, right? So Jonathan's grandson comes out later, and he has to fight these vampires that are trying to take over. And they have this power that they can destroy vampires. It's essentially like hitting them with sunlight. They have the ability to do that. So they fight their vampires or whatever, and they end up beating them. But like I said, it keeps going. And then that character has a grandson. Man, I'm blanking on all their names because there's so many names right now. And that's where the real story begins. Man, I'm not describing it very well, man. So I apologize, Tyler, but I don't even want to spoil anything for you. That's why I'm not trying to say too much. I would two things or a few things. One, I would highly recommend watching it. The animation at the beginning, it's gonna come off as not that great, a little poor, but keep watching it. It does improve. And the consequences the stakes just get higher and higher and higher as time goes by. So again, it's fantastic. The way they use their powers are great. There's no happy endings. I mean, sometimes there are, and sometimes there are not. There are a lot of dark things that happen in it, like terrible kind of things, but it makes sense for that world. So it's a great ride. And just seeing how they use their powers, that's one of the best things about anime, is the clever ways that they utilize a power. You know what I mean? It's not just somebody has lightning powers. They'll use lightning powers to do something else, to some other effect. So and just so you can truly sit down and watch and enjoy it, I would just say sit down, start watching it, give it a chance. It's going to be a little slow at first, but it gets good. It gets good. And the ending of it is
nice.
Like good and tragic. Yeah, it's hard to say, man. Don't read any spoilers. Just just start watching. And the whole thing's animated right now. They've completed the whole manga, so you can watch it all without waiting.
It's all. I've watched one season of it. I saw the Italy one. That's the season I watched.
Yeah. That's is it Goldwind?
That's
Something
it.
like
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a little bit
Yeah.
of the season before that, but I really wanted to watch that one because mainly because like the end credits had Jodeci on it, and I was like,
yeah, they have they have American songs or English songs or whatever, both at the end for the end credits of every season. So yeah, they have they had Jodeci for one of them. They have like Walk Like an Egyptian. They have a song from Yes. Yeah, I can't think of the title of it right now. But yeah, it's a great show though. It's a great show. Yeah, and the English at the end of it, the American songs at the end of it, it's like that's awesome. Worth watching.
Nice.
Worth watching.
Yeah. Yeah, Time Loop says that sounds cool. I'll check it out. If he liked your description of it, then
yeah, no, that was all over the place.
About it, yeah.
I think AJ saved me. AJ's like, I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Thronkill seems to know much about. He said Gio Giordano's his favorite. John Joestar.
Yeah, that's the Italian one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then John Joestar, and then every generation has someone named JoJo or a derivative of it.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah. And they all have it's really good. It's really good. Thanks guys for helping me out.
Thanks for helping us out. Yeah, thanks for helping us out. Cool. Solid. Well, I guess I know a dozen then. Now we got here to an hour and a half. I think that's pretty good stream. Like I'm ready to have some dinner and go to bed. But dude, AJ, man, seriously, dude, thank you for coming on the show, man. I know we've been trying to get you on for a while.
Yes, man.
But yeah, we want to get you on for one of our actual appreciate it, man. I want to get you on for one of our podcast episodes too, man. That'd be awesome. Maybe even get you in the studio.
Yeah,
you're not very far from us. So
yeah. Anytime, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Right
cool.
Man, we didn't make this a regular thing.
Yeah, dude, this was fun, man. Interacting with the chat's awesome, man. Yeah. Thank you guys, Jeremiah, Time Loop, Thronkill, King. Thanks for jumping in and with the chat and interacting with us, man. It's a lot of fun, dude. So
all right.
Yeah.
Coming in with the the intelligence, like we need some answers. They're like, this is what you're looking for. Send. Nice. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Thronkill says, cool show, man. Thank you, dude. Eric King, thanks for the judgment, but he said, what a late dinner.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's almost 11 over here. Jeez.
Right, yeah. So thanks, Eric. Appreciate it, man. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, but yeah, thanks again, guys. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah.
Thanks for the chat, man. This was a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Cool.
Warriors. Go watch
it. Warrior. We're gonna watch it. Yeah. Cool. All right. We'll see you guys.
All right.
Right on.